first guest is a Bronx native and Grammy nominated rapper, Peter Gunz, known for his platinum record, Deja Vu, but most of you may know it as Uptown Baby. Uptown Baby, that's right, which peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's a classic, mi gente. He worked closely as a duo group with Lord Tariq, releasing several hits together, and he is a featured performer in this year's Hip Hop Fever, founded by Sal Abatello of Fever Records. And this year's Hip Hop Fever concert will also feature performances by Sugar Hill Gang, Grandmaster Melly Mel, Scorpio, Brand Nubian, Nice and Smooth, Black Sheep, and many, many more of what I like to call the hip hop classics. And here to discuss more on hip hop as a culture, we welcome Grammy nominated rapper Peter Gunz.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you. I might need you to bring me out on stage. That intro was amazing.
Well, you know, you deserve that. You
Thank you.
deserve that, right?
I
All of you
appreciate it.
deserve it. I got to tell you, though, Peter, you know, I never even realized that Uptown Baby was titled Deja Vu.
Yeah.
I know the lyrics, but I didn't realize that that was the title. And so what happened was I started going through all of the different titles that were listed for
Right.
this upcoming concert.
Right.
And it was so nostalgic for me. And that's what you bring. You bring this
Thank you.
nostalgia.
Thank you.
And I'm in awe sitting in your presence. So thank you for making the time.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
You know, talk to me and talk to us about how impactful hip hop has been for you in being part of its evolution.
Well, I mean, it saved my life. First off, you know, I was getting in a lot of trouble back in the days, and you know, when hip hop came along, it really got me out the streets, got me away from trouble. You know, I wanted to write and do music. So, if not for hip hop, I probably wouldn't be here. You know, who knows? But besides that, it's just a way of life for me. It's always been. You know, I'm there from the start. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, so I'm there from the start of it. When the Cold Crush brothers were rapping, and I was idolizing the Cold Crush and Grandmaster Caz, I knew right away that's what I wanted to do. So, just watching it, you know, something that started here in the Bronx just shaped the whole world, the culture. You got, you know, people don't like to give it the credit, but you got all genres are taking from something that they thought was a fad. Country western is rapping, rockers are rapping, you know, so everything you look is shaped by this culture. Whether it's sports, they want, you know, they all want to be a part of the culture. So something that started in a borough that everybody calls the burned down, dirty.
They used to.
Trillion dollar business, you know, on that. Yeah, they used to. But
Right.
they still belittle us a little bit. But
Yeah, I know.
if it wasn't for the Bronx.
No, but we're shifting that paradigm.
You heard?
All together.
Hello.
All together. All together. And that's
Hello.
why it's beautiful that this particular celebration is always brought here, because
Right.
this is always featured at Lehman Center for the Performing Arts.
100%,
And I
100%.
believe that theater seats, I think, 2,000 people.
Really.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's a
performed
big
that. I
theater.
performed that one years ago, so I can't remember when, but yeah, it's definitely a big theater.
It's huge. It's huge. And you guys fill the house. And so I wanted to know what have you been doing since this particular hit? Because this hit, you know, it's kind of challenging to move on from like a certain song or a certain identity that
Right.
is legendary, because it is. It's a legendary song. You're a
Right.
legend because of that song.
Right.
And then there's like, okay, what do I do after?
Right. Well, listen, we did the song. The song, you know, platinum. I'm double platinum. Toured the world on it, and we never really followed up with it. It was kind of stalemated with the business. But I always did music. I never stopped.
Right.
It's the way of life. My son, Corey Gunz, signed to Young Money. He's working, but I started drifting off into TV stuff. I did Love and Hip Hop.
Got
I
it.
did Cheaters. I'm the host of Cheaters. I did a host of other shows, and now I'm shooting a TV series called Graves In on Prime.
Nice.
And you know, just still in the TV stuff. I did a couple independent films, and just working on that. I'm working on a variety show now, amongst other things. Just, you know, that's I'm always gonna do music and entertainment. I'm always gonna be a part of this business, even if you don't hear me, you'll see me one way or the other.
You know, but what the beauty of it is that you're actually keeping our urban culture alive, right?
Right.
And present and relevant.
Right.
Right? Because that's what you represent.
Absolutely.
And so, having done all these TV appearances and so forth, and going back on stage with all of these other legends, right? I want to mention some of the songs that are going to be played, right? The message, right? So again, going back to what I opened up with regarding the titles of the song and what the songs are, or the song's lyrics are, right? The message is, it's like a jungle sometimes. It made me wonder how I keep from going under.
Absolutely.
Right? Grandmaster Melly Mel, you know we love you.
Probably one of the most important records in hip hop.
Yeah.
I'd have to put it up there. One of the most important hip hop. The message really sent the message, and I think it inspired a lot of people to, put a lot of eyes on hip hop.
Yeah,
in the
and
Bronx,
the
yeah.
borough too.
Absolutely.
Based on the video messaging as well.
100%.
Unfortunately, it's still going on, which is the sad part, because I was reviewing everything, and like I said, it was like nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
And then of course the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight.
Come on.
Okay,
The most important record in hip hop.
OMG. Okay, that was the first hip hop song that I learned every single lyric to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was young, right? I think I must have been 10 years old. I'm dating myself right now. But before we even got on camera,
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and you guys, you know that Rapper's Delight, right? I said a hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop, you don't stop and rock it to the bang, bang,
Hello.
boogie. Set up, jump the boogie to the
rhythm
rhythm of the boogity beat.
Yeah. Most important. That's the first time it went mainstream, and it was on the radio, it was on record, and it was the introduction to the world. That record introduced hip hop to the world.
And then another one, the Fearless for Rocking
on.
It. Yes, we
Yeah,
are rocking it.
Yeah. All people I absolutely looked up to and admired and still admire. I'm a fan of all of these artists I'm on stage with. So to be performing with them and next to people that I looked up to, records I grew up on, people that inspired me, it's like a dream come true.
That's so awesome. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I
It's
love
beautiful.
these guys, man.
It's beautiful. Again, to see that brotherly love
Come on, man.
and still remaining yourself, authentically yourself.
100%.
And sustaining as such.
100%. There's not a name on that list that I run into that's ever acted any kind of way. It's always camaraderie. Like,
Nice.
how could I help you? What are you doing? What could we do together? It's always a family reunion at these shows, so I look forward to it. It's Onyx and Brand New, me and my guys. I can't wait to see them. And Black Sheep is nice and smooth. Those are my big brothers right there.
I want to do one more before we go to you, Deja Vu, right?
Come
The
on.
bridge. Do the bridge. Do the
Oh,
bridge. Do the
Shan,
bridge.
yeah.
Do the bridge.
With the bridge, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I love Shan. Shout out to Shan. Shan, I love Shan. He's hilarious. I love watching him on Instagram Live. That record was amazing. I know we came back with the South Bronx and all of that, but I was a Shan fan. I still am. I thought that record was amazing.
And then Uptown Baby, that's like, it's still like so relevant. Not that these other songs aren't as relevant, but Uptown Baby is still played like on a different level than these other songs.
Well, we had to put the eyes back on the Bronx.
Uptown, baby.
People were running with hip hop. We had to let them know where it started and remind them, that's all cool, but if it wasn't for the Bronx, and that was the goal. I was watching all these other rappers and all these other boroughs, especially here, just blowing up. And I said, wait, started over here. Y'all got the stars, y'all got the Biggies, the Jay-Z's, and the Nas's, and the L's, and all these people outside the boroughs, but let's not forget
Where it
started at.
originated,
Yeah.
right.
So that's what that song was about. And I look
Right.
up to all of those guys, by the way. Shout out to LL and Kane and Rakim. Those are my idols.
That's what's up. And so before we even run out of time, I want to talk a little bit about how hip hop 50th anniversary last year, what kind of role it played in your life in reviving everything, because it was a huge thing last year, and we're trying to
Oh
make sure
my
that
God,
it
it was
doesn't
amazing.
dim down based on last year being its 50th anniversary.
Well, I told someone this about a week ago. It was the most excited I ever been about hip hop. So people say, what was the highlight of your career? It was that. It was that.
It was
50th beat.
the 50th.
I performed at Yankee Stadium with Fat Joe. Fat Joe brought
Nice.
me out on the stage, so to see the crowd feel the stadium shake, a sold out Yankee Stadium shake when that song came on, because it's in the Bronx and this song is about us. That was goosebumps. Like I cannot describe that feeling. And so the 50th anniversary was the most important. We're gonna ride that. We're gonna keep riding that wave.
Well, the Universal
We gonna
Hip
keep
Hop
riding that
Museum
wave.
is also almost ready to fully open, and I'm sure you're going to be a part of that as
Yeah,
well.
I've been up in there a few times. Yeah, yes, yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I have to donate something to them. I'm trying to figure out what.
Uh-huh.
Give them something, maybe one of my plaques or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna give something to the. But again, I'm not just an artist. I'm a fan. So even when I went to the hip hop museum, I'm in there like fanned out over some of the history and some of the items they have from different artists. I fan out when I look.
That's so
I'm
beautiful.
still a fan. I'm a fan. I'm not just I'm
Yeah,
a fan.
that's so
I'm
beautiful.
not afraid to say it. Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, because people they misconceive like our humanity in the matter just because coming from the
Nah.
Bronx and being rough in the way we communicate.
I'm just like everybody else. I want a selfie when I see, KRS One, and when I see other artists. I want a picture. I want, yo, my man, can I? And I try to talk to him, pick their brains. I'm just like, I'm a fan.
That's
I'm
so
a
awesome.
fan. I don't condone people that's not nice to fans, or
Right.
I've elbowed a couple of my friends and be like, no man, take that picture. No man, sign that. Because some people get tired of it, but it comes with the territory. So
And not only that,
show love, show
they
love.
show love all the time, all day, every day, and here's to preserving our history.
Yeah.
Peter Gunz, everybody! Woo!
Yeah, now, BX.
Peter Gunz in the house. Once again, Hip Hop Fever 2024 is set to take place Saturday, May 18th at 8 p.m. at Lehman Center for the Performing Arts located at 250 Bedford Park Boulevard West in the Bronx. For tickets and more, visit lehmancenter.org. Stay tuned. There's more open when we return.